Hey everybody, as promised, I'm going to show you a little bit of the disaster that is my sunroom remodel. So without further ado, and here's an exterior picture of the sunroom before any of the work was done other than the roof. I think this is a perfect example of really understanding the scope of the work and whether or not you can handle it. Just because it's a big job and a lot of work doesn't mean that you can't do it, or at least parts of it, to save yourself a ton of money. That's what I'm doing with my sunroom. I'm doing as much as I can myself and hiring contractors to do the stuff I can't. Starting with the outside, I knew that I couldn't or didn't have time to rip all the clapboard siding down and replace it with the zip system sheathing. I really wanted to use the zip system because, for one, it's better for insulation, and two, because it's flat, it's going to mean that I can reside the exterior myself and I'll save money on that without having to figure out too much how to do it. The problem is, I hired what I would call a discount contractor to do it. He was cheap, but for a reason. He tried to ghost me halfway through, and he only came back when I threatened to take him to court, which meant I had a hole in my house for a week. He also made more work for me. When we installed the new windows, we made sure that they were plumb, level, and square. He had to take them out to sheathe the exterior, and when he put them back in, he didn't do any of that. That means that before I can do anything else, I have to fix the windows so they're square. Don't hire a discount contractor. Going inside, here's a picture of what the sunroom used to look like, and as you can see, this is a perfect dance floor for my daughter. When the roof leaked, I had serious water damage in the walls and windows. It was going to cost a ton of money just for the replacement windows, and it was money I didn't have at the time. So I checked Facebook, Craigslist, and all sorts of home salvage stores, but I couldn't find enough matching double-hung windows to do the area that I needed. But my parents had just had a new sunroom built on their house, and when they did, they had a big picture window ripped out. They offered that to me, so I matched it with a new one from a local lumber yard, and I saved myself about $1,500. Ripping down the terrible 80s wood paneling, I found some even more terrible 50s wallpaper, which you can see in this picture. Then, when I ripped down the paneled ceilings, I found a surprise. It turns out this room was originally a covered porch. When they enclosed it, they didn't replace the roof. They put a new section of roof on that joined the existing one inside the room, which you'll see in this photo. I knew that there had to be a way to gain some height, so when we cut out the old section of roof where it met the new one, just ran new rafters up with the same angle, so you can see the difference in the ceiling. The next step was to do the electrical. I added a circuit to the panel for new outlets and ran wiring around the room. You can see where I still need to put two holes in, here and here, to run outdoor outlets. Once those are done, I can flip the breaker on and actually have power out here. The next step is going to be insulation. I bought a DIY spray foam insulation kit along with this sweet little painter's onesie you see here. And once I disconnect this radiator, I can pull it out and do the insulation. From there, I have a really great floor guy who's coming to lay down a new subfloor. Just like any old house in New England, the floors in this room are so uneven, I need to level them out before I can put the vinyl plank flooring down. I'll get back to you when the subfloors are done and tell you all about the next phase of the project. Until then,